And I'm live. All right, we're live.
Sounds good. Hey, have you ever sent like your boss or somebody a pretty embarrassing text?
I don't actually think I have.
No?
No.
I've been pretty good with that for most of my life, but the other day I sent my current boss one that I think is just pretty fucking hilarious. He was running late for work and he sent a group text to me and one of the other managers that he was running late because of yada yada. And I responded, going on a limb, already being weird, and I said, "That's chili, Vanilli." And he responded back with a gif like, "Haha, that's weird." And I laughed,
Right.
put my phone in my pocket,
Mm-hmm.
walk away, pull it out 2 minutes later, and I had pocket sent through like just whatever was in my pocket hitting my screen a gif that was a bag of almonds like staring down into the bag of almonds, and as you
Okay.
it just stares at the almonds for a second, it just pops up on the screen the words "these nuts."
All right.
I fucking D's nuts my boss and I didn't know what to do. So I immediately sent like, "Oh, that's a pretty bad one to send," like RIP. And thank God he has a good sense of humor because he kind of
Yeah, it's
sent
just
that.
like my bad pocket son.
Yeah, I was like, my bad, bucket send. And he just sent me there's like the gif of Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec just
Mm-hmm.
like turning over his shoulder, opening his mouth, like all shocked as it zoomed into his face. He just sent me that one back. I was like,
God.
okay, all right, well, let's see how that goes. Luckily, he just laughed when I got in about it. But now there's a running joke about like, what the fuck you gonna do after you D's nuts your boss?
Right.
Lordy.
God. I was gonna make a joke earlier, but I'm actually in a different setup right now. Because I was originally gonna be at my computer. Now I'm on my girlfriend's laptop in our room.
Okay.
Um, but I was gonna joke about because I think I sent you. I was on my buddy's podcast.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if we talked about that since I did that, but um, yeah, I was on their podcast and I had to be on camera, and they were joking because of how my house is set up. It looks like from my office that I
Oh
live in
yeah,
a
you
land
did
sea
tell me
container.
this. You did tell me this because
And
the
so it's
like
been like a
elongated
running joke
background.
lately. Yeah, it's been a running joke lately that I just live in a land sea container.
Yeah, you do kind of look like one of those like shipping cargo containers from that view, for damn sure.
I was gonna try and get him on, but he's got, a life and shit, so he's doing Life is Beautiful right now.
God, dude, I hate all these people having real lives and they can't just come like bullshit on our podcast on weeknights. Like, come on, dudes, get
I
it
know.
together. You
Yeah,
got
imagine
jobs and shit.
that's got to be a pretty nice like confidence booster though that you can tell someone you can't do their podcast because you have to go to Life is Beautiful.
I don't even know what life is beautiful is.
It's I'm pretty sure it's a big music concert.
Okay, so it's a big thing.
Yeah,
That's cool. Do you
it's
know
like
how there's like those citizens in space right now?
yeah, I saw that.
You know how one of them got on that trip?
Wasn't it Creed from
No.
The Office?
I don't know if that's who one of them is, but what I was going to bring up is one of them, the guy who won the raffle couldn't go because he had to go to a wedding. So he
Oh,
asked if he could give the tickets off to his buddy, and now his buddy just gets to go.
that's awesome.
So there's somebody who had to be like, I'm too busy to go to space.
I
Like
know somebody had to
fuck
go to
that
a
wedding.
wedding.
Fuck that
Imagine
wedding.
showing like that's got to be someone pretty important. If you show up and it's like your buddy from high school, it's just like I came here not to go to space. I'm gonna get shit faced. I've earned it.
Dude, are you also like gonna try and brag about that the whole time? Like, I'm supposed
Yeah,
to be in space right now, but
yeah. It's like that better either be like your daughter's wedding or like sibling or something. Like if
I
it's just
think it was a sibling, to be honest with you,
okay,
or
that's more reasonable.
maybe like a cousin. But
I draw the line
Cousin,
at
fuck
like
that.
if you're close enough with the cousin, maybe, but if not, yeah, that's where I draw the line.
I'm talking one tree branch, like parent, sibling, kid. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, unless you
those
like
direct.
pseudo grew up with them, not worth it.
Nah, dude, there's some best friends who I grew up with who I would miss their shit to go to space.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
damn.
Yeah, dude. Space, are you kidding me? I'd have to be like, dude, you know you're gonna divorce these people here soon anyways, so this shit doesn't even matter. Like,
What's the what company was it through? Was it
oh,
Bezos or Musk?
I kinda think it was a Musk. Let me search. I think they're still up there.
Hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, they just are up there. Oh, yeah, it was SpaceX.
Okay. Nice.
They're orbiting Earth, I think, for 3 days.
Oh wow, it's a long
Yeah,
one.
dude. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see
Just
what
to
else
really
is
rub
going
it
on.
in Bezos' face, I guess.
Dude, I heard one comedian make a joke that like the best way to rub it in Bezos is like Bezos to buy one of the tickets for the SpaceX. Go sit on their shit. I don't know. Elon's bitching a bunch right now, isn't he? That like Bezos is just trying to sue the shit out of him with a bunch of this space exploration shit.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
don't know
just like,
anything
dude,
about it.
it's not your market. He was there first.
Huh.
Hmm. What
Yeah,
you
dude.
finding?
They're just chilling.
All right.
Yeah, they've been. I don't know. It just says they're up there. There's been no updates.
All right.
Pretty much an hour after they were up there, the update was, yeah, they're chilling. And then nobody seems to give a fuck anymore.
All right. I guess it's only important if they come back.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe we're just waiting for like 2 more days. I'm still like, dude.
The media sitting there with like two rough drafts, one if the ship lands and one if they die in space.
Dude, I'm going through their Twitter right now. Um, oh, I think Elon's up there too, dude.
Oh, with them?
I think he might be.
That makes sense. Dude,
Oh
speaking of
no, never
Elon,
mind. No. I lied. The crew is chatting from the space station to Elon Musk at St. Jude's Research Hospital talking to the kids. That's cool.
oh, okay,
That was eight
cool.
minutes ago. So yeah, they're chilling. They're just fucking kicking it, it sounds like.
Listen, kids, we're not even real astronauts, so like, there's a chance that maybe your friends or parents could come up here.
Maybe your rich friend will have a wedding that's really important and you could suck up to him.
No, none of you will get up here. Your time is now. But your friends and family,
You want to be an astronaut? Nah. Have you ever considered being friends with a rich kid?
who will somehow get you into a program that bypasses years of astronaut training. You
The
got to think
worst
about
part
it
is,
now.
the worst part is too is there's got to be the actual crew that's running it,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's got to be a secondary crew of the crew that's babysitting these fuckers and like being their like tour guide almost, you know,
Yeah,
not working, just making sure they're not touching shit, you know.
right. Because that's what I'm wondering. It's just like, is this going to become this whole thing about like, what's the point of astronauts anymore? Like, it's a out of hype career if anyone can go into space now.
Well, dude, if people are spending a lot of money to do it, maybe this will be able to like fund research as if rich people are willing to spend exorbitant
That's
amount of
true.
monies to go do this. Like that could put some money into some shit, you know?
That is very true.
So I'm kind of down with it. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
As long as all of a sudden I don't find out that they're like oh, 1/4 of the Earth's air pollution is from one of these launches. And it's like, ah, fuck me.
I mean, it probably will be just because I know the launches are incredibly. I mean, they're massive fuel dumps.
Oh, huge. I'm looking at the picture of it right now, and it's just a giant mushroom cloud.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Speaking of massive things, though, have you actually read about the suit between Apple and Epic?
Not a whole lot. I was hoping to talk to see if you knew more about it. All I know is the basic gist of it being that um, Epic won the case against Apple that Apple can't take the 30% cut on their in-store purchases,
Yeah, well, it's not entirely that, but it's
in-app
essentially that.
purchases, I mean.
Yeah, so what the whole thing that started it is Epic makes Fortnite,
Hmm.
and Fortnite is free on mobile,
Right.
and
And you can buy all
um,
those skins and shit.
you buy the skins and dances. That's how Fortnite makes money. Now, one of the
Right.
things is that um, Apple wanted them to basically make it so you can only buy the stuff through the Apple Store on the iPhones, meaning that Apple gets the 30%, so everything has to be raised 30%. So
Right.
Apple gets their cut, Epic gets their cut. And Epic
Everyone's happy.
Epic personally didn't like it because it's like, well, Apple's not really contributing anything to the game.
Correct.
So they basically implemented it. It's like, no, you can access and purchase V-Bucks through the app instead of the store. And so Apple got upset because that technically did violate their contract, and um, Epic had to pay, I think, like $6 million to Apple for that. But the outcome of the case is that um, Apple and other app stores are no longer allowed to require that all in-app purchases have to go through the App Store. If the game or app wants, they can make a third party or like their own platform to make the purchases. However, it
Correct.
can't exist in the app. It has to be a link that redirects them to a website.
Right. And isn't that how Amazon and app gets away with it and a bunch of these other ones? Because, like, let's say you're the Amazon app, all of a sudden, Amazon's not going to be handing over 30% of every sale made on the app, the Amazon app that's sold through the Apple App Store. So
Right.
I've heard and read that they get like special deals made with Apple, but Apple I don't think was willing to work with Epic, and I think that's why it became
Yeah.
an issue.
So here's the other thing too is that Epic technically lost the suit in the long run because their original suit claim was that Apple was violating antitrust by being a monopoly, and it was found that Apple is not a monopoly. Which was kind of obvious because like the Google Store exists
I was
and
gonna
the App
say
Store doesn't exist
almost.
on Android,
I was
so
gonna say
it's
just
like
because the Android platform exists, kind of kills that.
yeah, and so they basically said it's like the App Store only makes up for 55% of all possible application downloads and purchases, which is
Okay.
still a huge number, but by definition, it's not a monopoly.
Well, so
So
they are now allowed to third party redirect though.
they are. They're not allowed to do what Fortnite did, which made it where you could buy directly from the app.
Right. It had its own like credit card processing
Yeah,
system in the app.
it has to be a link or button that redirects them to the company's website to make the in-app purchase.
Interesting.
However, because of that, Fortnite or Epic says they will not put Fortnite back on the iOS store until they're allowed to do it solely in-app. No third-party redirects.
How long do you think that lasts?
I think it's going to last a while because they're already doing it now. And here's the other thing too: Apple can't afford that. Um, Apple right
Who
now is
needs who
basic.
more?
Apple needs the people more
Needs
because
Fortnite more.
yeah, because here's the thing is that Apple is going to benefit off of people that are either too lazy or too naive to just make the in-app purchases through the App Store, opposed to taking the third-party route.
Okay.
because since they don't make any money off these apps except for that 30% they take, if all apps are allowed to bypass the 30% now, they're going to have a massive financial drop
Then why
in
not
the App
just
Store.
try and like negotiate a smaller cut?
Well, they technically smaller developed apps like that are low tier and don't get that much traffic anyway. They only do 15%. It's only the big stuff like Fortnite that they do 30%. But it sounds like Epic wants all or nothing.
How does like Amazon get away with it then?
Amazon technically has it set up in a way is that you can fully bypass it by not even going on your phone. Um, because also like the Amazon app exists, but it really is just a direct link to the Amazon website.
Okay, so
And
it's
I
not
think,
like a fully functioning.
yeah, and then the other thing too is like Amazon is in a position where if Apple, honest to God, rocks the boat with them, they could sit down and make their own iOS store.
Well, I'm sure that Amazon with their web hosting and stuff probably has their fucking pockets in already with Apple on a lot of this hosting shit.
Yeah, and so they profit off of browsing and that stuff. They don't really do much with application type stuff, so it's not a suitable market for them, but if they really wanted to, just to keep their full profits in line and none of it going to Apple, they could very easily make their own iOS or own app separate from the iOS.
Oh, for sure.
So
So
it's
Apple needs they all need each other at this point. So it's just becoming a big circle jerk of who's going to cave first.
yeah. So it sounds like Apple is either going to have to try and get dirty or just pray that people are lazy and dumb.
Well, a lot of their fans are. Sorry, guys.
I mean, it's true. They keep buying the same phone, so
Let's be honest, the most popular app on all this shit is TikTok.
yeah.
And I mean, there's been some fucking wild shit going on there recently.
My God, the dubious licks on week 2 of school.
Dude, I've heard I saw this video of a principal straight up saying over the intercom that if people didn't stop stealing shit from the bathrooms, they were going to take the doors off the stalls.
Yeah, that's the thing. They haven't just been stealing from bathrooms.
They've been demolishing them.
They've been demolishing them. They have taken drinking fountains. They have taken full on lockers. Like some kid took a whole section of locker.
Dude,
A guy stole a bus.
what the fuck is happening right now?
It's what happens when you take kids, take them out of the shitty public education system, make them go through Zoom, they get stir crazy, and then you decide to put them back in the shitty public education system and be like, act professional and normal. It's like, fuck you.
No, we're going to act like fucking apes and just go fucking wild. I
Yeah.
just saw pictures of it, like some bathrooms. Like it looks like kids were in the bathroom just running at the like urinal walls and just like
Mhm.
hitting them full speed with their shoulders, just taking them out.
Yeah. And you
What
know
the
what the best
fuck?
part is? The public school system is so poorly cared for is that they, honest to God, cannot afford to repair that stuff.
No.
Which, get this,
And now these
if
kids don't have a place to shit.
not only that, but they aren't allowed to go to a school that they don't have a place they can use public facilities in.
So this is just gonna shut the schools down.
If they destroy all the bathrooms, the schools get shut down until replacement bathrooms come in, and then the schools will try and pull something like putting porta potties or something on site, but kids will start destroying those until the school can't afford it because school budgets are like non-existent, especially in public schools. Like I told you, my high school, my senior year, got cut of all paper. We didn't have any more paper.
Dude, this is wild to me that they're just gonna like this is a mutiny right here, dude.
It's a revolution.
What the fuck? The kids are rising up, destroying the
Mm-hmm.
bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I would also be so pissed though if I was the first person who ran into the bathroom, like really needed to take a shit,
Oh yeah.
and you run in and you're like, "What the fuck? God damn it!"
I mean, to a degree, you can just look around and be like, shit, it don't matter where I take it now.
That's true. That's true. I guess you're like, well, that sink's looking mighty fine right now.
Yeah. No, I saw today though they actually started arresting kids.
I'm not surprised. Oh, Jeebus.
Yeah. The school system is going to do everything they can but the right thing, is my guess.
What would the right thing be, do you think?
Petition for better funding, having more involvement in the students, so that way there's some way to direct their chaotic desires elsewhere. Um,
Do you think that would realistically stop these little TikTok kids though long term from just destroying shit?
I think
Or are they
so
just
because I
going to
think
move on to the next thing to destroy?
they'll probably move on to the next thing to destroy, but who's to say it won't be something that needs to be destroyed? I think if you take away the incentive of them destroying public schools, there's no reason for them to continue destroying public schools if
Do you
they're
think it's cuz they're
something
really
nice.
that mad at public schools or cuz they're just angsty teenagers and this is like
They're probably
a way
angsty
to let it out?
teenagers, and
I think
a lot of them are also probably just following a trend, but the
that's
trend
what I'm
is doing
saying.
good. And here's the thing: is like if the trend dies off because schools are so nice that kids don't want to destroy them, that works out.
I'm just like in my getting older age skeptical that like I don't know. The kids hold the fucking school hostage by destroying the bathrooms, give them what they want, and they'll be like, "Okay, cool, thanks. We'll be chill now." I
Yeah.
just
Well,
don't think that's how it goes.
what
Seems to
they're
be how it gets. Like you get the next thing broken and the next thing broken, and it just
yeah,
keeps
but it's like what the
escalating.
schools are going to do now is they're just going to crack down and authoritarian watch these kids. I mean, it's
Oh
just
yeah,
if anything, it's going to make them want to act out more. You're going to start punishing the innocent.
this is a lose lose situation for the
It's a lose
schools.
lose
By the
for the
way,
school. That's why it's like they should.
the school is 100% lose lose.
The school is 100% lose lose. So the only thing they can do is not be selfish and at least make sure the students don't lose too. But they're gonna be upset and be like, "Well, I'm taking the school with me." So
Dude, kids have been destroying bathrooms though, not to this degree, but like there was a ring in which for a while at my own school the kids were taking shits in all the like sinks, so you
oh
couldn't
yeah, I
really
mean it's
wash your
like
hand.
public school bathrooms have never been nice. So it's like, why are you getting mad? We're destroying your shit shops.
Yeah.
They were already shit.
Huh.
What are we doing that's so different and detrimental?
Right.
I don't know. I feel if I was still in high school, I'd 100% be on this shit.
I would too, but I just don't think if I found out the old people are like, all right, well, we're gonna give you, 50 more bucks to like I
The
just
most
don't think
dubious lick.
these high school kids are this organized enough being like, we really want more money for the education system. I just think that like one or two kids who are kind of the anarchy kids have these ideas. They find some shit to run off of. And all the other kids like me would be like, this looks like fucking fun. I want in.
Oh, I mean, that's how it works. You have like two or three kids that are just like, yeah, let's fucking do this. And then the rest of them are just like, oh, this is popular. I'm
Which
going to
is
do
why I
this.
don't think the solution is just like, okay, the money, because that's not going to stop the vast majority of these kids who aren't even in it for any of those reasons.
Yeah, but okay, so the
They're
trend's
just
going
in
to
it
eventually
because
die
to
off
like,
anyway.
fuck it, be part of the anarchy.
Yeah, no, this trend's
Yes.
only going to last for like another 2 to 3 weeks tops. So by 2 to 3 weeks, this isn't going to be a problem anymore. The school honestly had to write it out. However, because of how they're reacting, it's going to keep going.
Yeah. There's definitely a bunch of them who are reacting horrid.
Yeah, because once you start making punishments in play, this just went from haha funny thing to do to challenge time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm in the stakes are high for me to now jack a school sink. What do I got to do for it now?
It's so fucking wild, dude.
That's you're right too. They're gonna go to the next thing. If they're gonna start hyper watching the bathrooms, it's like, all right, I'm going to the culinary room to fucking steal a stove. I'm going to the arts room to steal a kiln.
Dude,
I'm just gonna take a desk home with me. Like,
it's all just the zeitgeist of the next thing. You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
you can remove the physical like problem, but there's just the root of it. We'll move on to the next shit. You know?
Yeah, and they're probably just like there's some schools they're probably just like we should just go back online. They can't destroy the building if we're just online. It's like, yeah, it's maybe building isn't worth being saved, honestly.
I bet you a lot of them aren't, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think even the newest schools I've seen don't really look like anything that fancy.
Nah.
Public education is just honestly depressing. There's nothing about it that's impressive or any pride taken in it. I mean, you look at like other countries and they have like kids dedicated to cleaning the fucking schools, to maintaining the schools. You look in the US and it's just like, bro, how the fuck can I make these adults' lives suck?
I wonder where that all stems from.
I don't know. Probably just like how they're treated. Because I think majority of teachers are bitter,
Oh, for sure.
and because there's very
Respect.
little respect and pride in being a teacher, and so they distribute very little respect and pride in being a student. And so you just sit there and it's like, I don't want to be here, you don't want to be here, but we're both here, and so we both hate each other because we think the other person is the reason we have to be here.
Interesting. Fuck. I feel so disconnected from that shit. I'm like an old man.
What was the thing you were talking about? The fake stimming?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've heard the term stimming, but it's like
Uh-uh.
a term used for different, not only people with certain types of autism, but it's like almost kind of like a form of Tourette's.
Okay.
But TikTok has taken this word stimming, which means like being overstimulated. So your
Yeah.
body kind of starts like tripping out, you know?
So it's people that are faking having the twitches and shit?
Yes, but like going
Yeah.
really, really aggressive with it, you know what I mean? That they're just like
Yeah.
sitting there like
And I mean they're super easy to disprove, especially when they're like holding the phone and they're spazzing out but the phone's totally steady.
yes. Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, man.
There's so many bad ones and I just keep seeing them and I'm like it's one of the hard parts about TikTok is it's just this breeding ground for this bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
It's wild. Since we got on TikTok for like our podcast one, I'm occasionally on and I like scroll some shit. And
Mhm.
TikTok's really good at like curating things to you. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
like I only see the dumb shit that I think is funny. It's pretty much just dumb comedy sketches that are
Yeah, and that's how it keeps
cheap.
you on the platform.
Right. And then I just see all these other TikToks that are around and I'm like, what the fuck is going on out there? You know?
Right.
But that's one of the big unique things about it is like it's so got the like one of the best algorithms at curating it to you of exactly what, you know.
Yeah, I'm waiting until that algorithm comes over to iFunny.
They ain't giving it to the Russians.
Huh?
Oh,
The
didn't you
Russians
say they
don't
bought
own it
them out?
anymore. Yeah, ByteDance bought it.
Oh, jeez.
So we're a sister app now.
Is that just gonna be like just filtering like how memes from Reddit get filtered out to like Instagram and everywhere else?
Kinda. I mean, that's already kind of what happens. The feature section is mainly just old Tumblr posts, TikToks, and Reddit shit. And then, like, if you want an actual original stuff, you either have to be subscribed to people or you have to go through like Collective. But the problem with going through Collective is half the time you see like gore porn and
No,
racist
lovely,
rants. Yeah, and the schizos.
lovely. Some girl at my work yesterday told me something that cracked me up. She was like, "Somebody just sent me a link on Snapchat. The
Hmm.
link went to Reddit, and the Reddit post was a post that was a TikTok video." So
Yeah,
she was like, "Somebody just sent me TikTok through Reddit through Snapchat." Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
yep,
Oh, the world goes around.
yeah. And it's nice when you can go through it sometimes and be like, okay, I know where this originated from, and other times it's just like I can tell this was photoshopped and directly uploaded, and it makes me happy.
Right. Oh, definitely. And there's some that you can see that like you see on one app that you see blowing up on another one a day or two later.
Hmm.
It's like ah,
Well,
that
I
makes
always think
sense.
that's funny. It's like I'll find something that will be kind of trending and I'll enjoy it, and then about like a month later, my mom sends it to me from Twitter.
Yeah, or BuzzFeed or some shit like that.
Yeah, and so it's like, and a lot of times I've noticed too, there's like a progression. So I will get something on iFunny, and then between 1 to 2 weeks later, um, my girlfriend will pull it up on Instagram, and then usually
Right.
about a month later, my mom sends it to me.
From Facebook.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, it has made its full circle. That means it is now on its way out the door.
It is dead now.
Yeah, once it hits the Gen Xer, it's dead. It has lived its life.
Oh, no, it's still got to get to the boomers.
Sometimes, a lot of times, they don't really stick with boomers.
Oh.
A lot of
Yeah, they're
times,
in their
though,
whole they're in their whole realm.
yeah, and one of my proudest accomplishments is the meme format I created that never really left iFunny like that extensively and didn't really make its way outside of the social media platforms because it's like I never received them from my mom and no one ever showed them to me from like outside of the internet. So that's a good sign. Especially because it's like every now and then I'll see the format brought back up today and it's with like a new character or something. It's just like, it still lives.
Oh yes, my meme lives on
Uh,
today.
Look at how they haven't destroyed you.
That's awesome. What time was that?
It's-
Out of curiosity.
We're at like 30 minutes.
Do you want to do one more and we'll get out of here?
Yeah, we can do that. Um, you want me
Was
to
it
talk about let me talk about the Airbnb thing because it
that
probably won't take that long, and then
that
we
was
can
gonna
do
be that
something
was gonna
else.
kind of maybe be my one more actually.
Yeah. So I got, my girlfriend has some friends coming into town, and
Okay.
we we were originally gonna just have them stay in like a blow up mattress on in our living room, but it's just like there's so many things about that I don't think we should do. It's like A, I respect these people enough to not put them on a blow up mattress. B, it's you know, if I'm going somewhere, I'd at least like privacy or an actual bed, my
Right.
own bed. And you don't want to be in like a situation where your entire luggage and shit is in the living room of someone's
Yeah, that makes
house,
sense.
and we got the roommate and everything too, so it's also kind of awkward in that sense. But um, and then on top of that, it's like where my desk is. It for me also would feel really awkward if I have to do schoolwork or something. And I'm just sitting next to your bed. It's just like I'm sorry. There's
Yes,
nothing I can do. The desk was here
this
first.
is where I'm here.
Yeah, and so it's like if we get a place to stay at, we don't have to clean. We can take them
Right.
straight there. We can stay there, and then from there to the airport kind of deal. So it wouldn't be a problem. Uh, So we were gonna get an Airbnb because we know that like where I live, there's a lot of Airbnb locations. So it's like we can
Hmm.
still be close by and do the stuff in our area. It's just it'd be like a vacation from home kind of deal.
Right.
And so we found a place. It was primo, and it was only gonna cost us like $90 a night.
Perfect.
Um, so I made an account go to book it. Everything's going fine. I tell them it's like, I got us a place, so you're good to book a flight. Hit submit, and it's like, our algorithm detected something that suggests that you would be a high risk candidate for partying. So you have been automatically rejected. And it's like, well, shit, okay. So have my girlfriend make an account, go on there, and then put it down as like a business trip. Same thing. We're like, what's going on? So we contacted the homeowner.
I was gonna say, is it because just your age?
It is. So we contacted them and we're just like, hey, what's going on? And they're just like, oh, so since like April, due to COVID, Airbnb automatically declines anyone under the age of 25 from getting what is considered a full unit. So you can only get a private unit, but like all the private units are like the back room in someone's house, and that's just super awkward.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to go live in the back corner of someone's house. By that point, I might as well just get a hotel.
Airbnb won't let you rent a full unit.
It won't let me run a full unit because I'm under the age of 25 and my account is less than 24 hours old. And so the seller tried to, it's like, okay, well, I'll just set it as a private then. So that way you can order it that way because you should be fine to order it as a private. Nope, the account's already been flagged, so I can't order anything with it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and same thing happened with my girlfriend's account, so neither of us can book it. So it's just like, okay, I'm going to have my mom, who is easily over 25, who has had the account for more than 24 hours, book it for us. They ask for, so she goes through, asks for a phone number confirmation. She puts in her phone number. Airbnb says, it's like, you have exceeded your amount of attempts at this location. Your account has been locked for 24 hours.
No fucking way.
Yep. And it's just like, all right, fuck this. TripAdvisor. We found an Airbnb location on TripAdvisor, and it let us book it no problem.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb's on some shit, dude. That's wild.
Right. It's just like you're losing so much money, and not only that, but your clients are losing a lot of money because A, they don't even like know when people get rejected. It doesn't tell them that someone's been rejected. Not only that, they can't like make an approval or an exception for them. So
that's fucking wild.
we
dude.
basically told this
all
person
because they just assume.
Yeah, we basically contacted this owner. It's like, hey, we'd really like to stay at your place. And they're like, yeah, I'd really like you to stay here. And then basically got told by Airbnb, not possible. And so this person who was really nice and worked with us just lost, $270 because we couldn't book to stay there for the weekend.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So it's like, wow, Airbnb doing it right.
Yeah, I don't think it works in an area like ours. It's just like too small scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And God, dude, that's fucking crazy. I can't even believe that.
Mm-hmm. And like,
I just had a major.
The other thing too is supposedly my sister just got an Airbnb lately, and she's younger than me. So it's like, what the fuck? What did she get?
That's really weird.
Yeah.
We're both over 25, but I just booked our one out in LA,
Mm-hmm.
and we had no issues on that.
Yeah.
It was expensive as shit, but
yeah, maybe next time I'll just have you book it for me, and I'll pay you back.
God, yeah, I could have done that for you, dude. Just hit me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one we're staying at in LA, we're out in somebody's like guest house of their like mansion in this town called Beverlywood, in between Beverly Hills and Hollywood.
Right. That was the other thing too, is like this was like an apartment.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
it seems like that would have to be something that the like renter would put on.
Yeah, and it was just like, how are we even supposed to throw a party in a like 2-room apartment? if we wanted to. Like if I'm gonna throw a party,
Rager.
yeah, I'm gonna go get like a cabin or some shit. I'm not gonna try and rent your apartment with quiet hours and neighbors that are above, below, and next to me.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
but we finally
Well,
found something at least.
good. I'm glad you
Yeah.
did. Fuck you, Airbnb.
No kidding.
Maybe we should start checking out Verbo.
You know, my parents did that last time. They got like an Airbnb type
Dude,
place.
Verbo's old person
It
Airbnb.
really is, but like it, depending on where you're going, it works out.
Yeah, because a lot of cities have way more Verbo. Like I've stayed in some sick places with my family on vacations
Hmm.
through there.
A lot of them are like log cabins and shit too, like vacation homes. So
Yeah, dude.
it's like
We s-
old people Airbnb owned by old people, made for old people.
Dude, we stayed at this one up in McCall, Idaho, which is just like northern Idaho by this lake. That's just this bomb ass place, you know. And it was a log cabin that had like the upstairs had a ping pong table and pool table,
Hmm.
and then like 6 bedrooms and a big open kitchen and like fire pit and open area. Like bombest ass cabin to stay at.
Yeah.
But damn.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, Airbnb.
You want to talk about Norm?
Man, Norm. R.I.P. That's just sad.
Yeah.
There's fucking like 5 pretty big name, not big name, but like bunch of comedians died last week. Not only Norm.
Really? He's the only one I've been seeing.
Yeah, there's 3 Comedy Store regulars that died last week. All from a bad batch of cocaine dosed with fentanyl.
Oh, so they all died in the same situation.
Yeah.
Whoa.
One of them, a 4th one in the hospital.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so them and then Norm and then like one other dude that was sick. That was another Comedy Store guy.
Now, do you think the guy in the hospital, when he recovers, he's going to have a pretty big decision to make?
She actually.
She's going to have a pretty big decision to make. How?
There's gonna be a lot of big decisions to make.
Well, her especially, because she now has to choose how long after getting out of the hospital and recovering is she allowed to make jokes about that night.
Oh god, dude.
Because like everyone loves a bad drug story comedy setup.
I don't know if they would do it, dude.
Yeah, it'd be.
You'd be ballsy, dude.
It would be. And I guess it would come down to would it be her style of joke?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
From what I hear, I didn't recognize the name of any of the 4 comedians, truthfully. But apparently none of them were like. Some people die of fentanyl overdoses on like laced drugs, like Mac Miller.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, yeah, but he did a lot of drugs. You know what I mean?
Right, but it's like fentanyl doesn't take much to kill you.
Yeah, and apparently the 4 of them weren't known. Not saying like, oh, they never did drugs before, but they weren't known to be.
They were out of their zone when it happened.
It just seemed like it may have been like going crazy on a weekend, 2 a.m. Hey, let's get some coke. All right, cool, yeah, whatever. Fuck yeah, and then there it goes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Norm one's sad. I mean, cancer. What a legend. He's like the goat of saying some wild boy shit. I was watching some old skits of his today, and they were cracking me up.
I kept seeing they keep playing his stand-up bit about when celebrities die from cancer and how the media always frames it as like a battle with cancer. They lost a battle with cancer. And like his whole setup with it is that, you know, if I understand correctly, when you die, the cancer also dies. So that's a draw.
I saw that.
That's the one that keeps playing.
Uh, what a legend.
Yeah.
Like the OG Wild Boy.
That was the other thing too. Is like I didn't really know him, but all the clips that I've been seeing lately, it's like, oh, I remember seeing these.
He's one of those guys that you don't know you know. You know what
He
I
really
mean? If that
was.
makes any
Yeah.
sense.
Like,
Like you see him and you're like, oh, I've heard all of these. I recognize his voice. I've heard this bit. Like,
yeah, and it's just like this is really like memorable stuff, but I had no clue who this guy was.
yep, he's big at that, and I mean that's big for like those behind the scenes writers, like he was for
Hmm.
like SNL and shit. But
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. It's rough.
Well, on that happy, lovely, happy note,
Yeah. Well, we at least have good news because was it soon the gang will all be here.
we'll wait on that.
Wait on that.
We'll wait. We hope.
Yeah. Not anytime soon, but soon.
Alrighty, world. We're
All
gonna
right.
send it out of here. Have a good night.
Sick.